Hi, my name is Allie, and this is my story. I'm a mother of 2 adult, beautiful daughters. I have really been blessed in my life with many blessings that the Lord has given me, with a good job, with community, with people that I love. And I never, ever in a million years envisioned myself as making the decision to have an abortion. I had quite a traumatic childhood. Growing up, my father was an alcoholic, and there was all kinds of abuse in our home. And that abuse set me on a trajectory to make not only the decision of abortion, but it put me on a trajectory to make many life-altering decisions. I made the decision after I was only 7 weeks pregnant. At the time, I didn't realize how selfish it was of me, but the father of the baby did not want the child, and our relationship at best was really not good. But ultimately, I can't really put the blame on anyone other than myself, because I chose abortion. I had been attending church, and then I kind of fell away from church. But I had called that minister, and I had gone back because I felt like maybe he could give me some input in my decision making. He referred to my early stage of pregnancy as a cluster of cells, compared it to a can of tuna. But in all honesty, he really did not tell me to not have an abortion or to have an abortion, which really at that time wasn't really what I was seeking him for. I wanted help in making my decision. So I contacted a clinic in Harrisburg, and within probably 8 days, I had a scheduled appointment. I went into the clinic and signed in, sat in a room with a lot of other women, and we had a brief period where they talked with us, but it wasn't what I would call any type of counseling to help us make a formed decision. But I felt like we were herded in like cattle. And I went into the abortion room when it was my time. And I climbed up on a table, and I looked around, and it was a very cold, sterile, lonely, almost industrial type atmosphere. On the way home from the abortion, it was such relief, so I thought, oh, this is over. I'm going to get on with my life. And then about 5 minutes later, I thought, what did I just do? I just put up with that pain for years, stuffed it down in, and I didn't talk about it. When someone dies, you can share your grief with one another, you can laugh together of memories, you can share your sorrows. But what you need to understand is forbidden grief is completely different. It was me who chose abortion. I had to work through layers of denial and shame because of the decision that I made. And I couldn't share that grief with anybody because I was too embarrassed. I was humiliated. In February of 2023, I met with a beautiful soul named Ann, and she was from the Pregnancy Resource Clinic, and she asked me if I would be willing to attend the post-abortion recovery class that was coming up that spring. And I was hesitant. But I want to tell you that abortion recovery class was the beginning of my healing and the beginning of my freedom. It brought me back to Jesus. I had been asked to volunteer, and I am now part of the Pregnancy Resource Clinic Abortion Recovery Team. And it has placed me now, God has placed me now, I feel, in a place of honor, and I'm so thankful. Isaiah chapter 61, verses 1 through 3. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives, and release from darkness for the prisoners, to comfort all who mourn, and provide for those who grieve in Zion, to bestow upon them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of gladness instead of mourning, and he has placed a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. Above everything else, I want every woman out there who is struggling, I want you to know we have a good, good Father, and he loves you so much. Run to him. I'll trade my ashes in for beauty. I'll wear forgiveness like a crown, coming to kiss the feet of mercy. I've laid every burden down at the foot of the cross.